Hello friends and welcome back for episode 47 of our Rogue Legacy Let's Play. This is going to be another challenge run episode, as you might have expected, since I set that precedent that that's all we're going to be doing from now on. So as you can see, I am a dragon named Lady Winry the Sixth, and I know a lot of you guys have been very concerned that I had not apparently unlocked the dragon or something. I don't know, I guess it's just from jumping in and out of the series at various points, but yeah, no, I unlocked the dragon back in episode, I think it was 18, in an episode called Rar, and I just thought it was really bad, so I chose not to play as it for pretty much this whole time. So we are going to do a couple of things in this episode, and one of them is we're going to try and have an optimized dragon run to the best of our ability, and then Fatally Maimed has proposed that I do all vampire-based equipment, so I'm going to try that out as well if I can get a Hokage. And see if that works out. You know, just go for maximum damage for, you know, the most retention on health there. So we do need to try and deck out this dragon in some sort of gear that's going to make some sense, right? I think that's kind of a good idea for me. Now, we're going to want to probably maximize things that are going to help us with magic. I guess mana would probably be a good idea, as well as anything we can maximize with health. You're going to have to hopefully help clear up a few issues that I may have with how the armor and stats work. So if I make a particularly stupid decision on what to allocate to what at a given moment, you know, please just correct me and we'll try and address it again in a future episode. There's no reason that I won't necessarily do another one of those runs of whatever it is later on. So, you know, don't be upset. That's all I'm trying to say. Alright, so it seems like we want to maybe gear things toward extra health, extra mana, and extra armor all seem nice. Siphon, probably a nice idea as well. Our dragon may end up looking a little silly, but I'm not overly concerned with that. Mana and magic, both good, and then add the Siphon on there. I think that's probably where we want to go with that one. And lastly, we've got a cape. We don't have to worry about flight at all, so that's not an issue. Weight, minus 100 for what I have. Oh, never mind. Do I want to keep Vampirism, Siphon, and Air Jump? Probably not necessary. Mana specifically is probably the other option. Yeah, I think it is. Just sort of looking around very quickly to see what the best options here are. Alright, so we're going to go 25 to Mana and +1 to Siphon. So we've got a sort of a white, silver, gold looking dragon, I suppose. Did I pick the right? I think the sword was fine, Mana, and I probably didn't want damage as much. Right? You know, that's fine. That's all good. And the helmet... Yeah, alright, they all seem to have slightly different characteristics as we go through, so I guess we'll stick with what we have there. Alright, let's back out of there, and I know this was a big sticking point for you guys, because I guess at one point I forgot to remove the gold runes. I knew that, you know, I'm not going to be using gold for anything anymore, so there's no reason to keep these on here. You're 100% right about that, but I think I only... got to that point in like the second half of the last episode, so I don't think it was too big of a deal. And I will also try and keep these intros to the episodes a little bit shorter if I can. So what do I want to maximize on this? Probably Siphon or Balance? Probably Balance, right? I think we probably want to do all Balance. See how that helps us out? Because I know you didn't want me to do Grace Runes. That just seems like a cop-out at this point, right? Alright, so we've got 5 balance runes so we can get some of our HP and our MP back. We've got big fat fireballs, which seem like they would do a whole bunch of damage. Yep, 270 damage, not too bad. And I think we're good to go, so let's run into the castle, see how this goes. If I die right away, I'll just try to do the other run then, and we'll go on from there. So again, gold is completely pointless at this point. We're only doing... I guess our goal, as for each run, is going to just be to see if we can clear out the whole castle. And I should mention, for people proposing challenge runs in the future, don't worry too much about trying to kill bosses, because I'm probably not going to accept those runs. At least for... Oh, right, I don't have infinite MP again. I forgot about that. Yeah, the goal is not going to be to get out of this particular part of the castle. The goal is just going to be to try and see how much... you know, we can test the different various ways of setting up the game, I guess, at this point. So I'm going to emphasize doing that more than trying to actually make any more progression for now. The point will come eventually when I feel like I've probably done just about everything there is worth doing, and when that is the point that we've reached, perhaps I will go forward from there and try to clear out the rest of as many New Game Plus versions as I can handle. And, you know, it doesn't even matter if I pick up this gold, right? So, I mean, whatever. I'll just... keep moving on. The goal is to clear enemies now. Just gotta keep that through our heads. You know, nobody's got to get upset. We're just going to clear enemies. And it's very, very different play style trying to do this while not being bound by the confines of gravity. And also having a projectile. I'm used to having it, but I'm not used to being able to abuse it like this. So I should be able to get my MP back very, very easily. The fact that I drained it out in the first room was like, oh, that could be a problem. And then I realized, no, it's probably not that big of a deal. The amount between the siphon runes, or their balance runes rather, and then I guess the innate ability of the dragon to regenerate stuff, it's not a problem. So, I don't know, I think I should be okay. Most of these enemies can't do a ton to me, as long as they don't have distance projectiles, which a lot of them do. But, like, the melee class enemies, they're not going to be a factor for us. Yay, gold. I mean, I guess I should probably pick up the gold, right? So we do want to sort of gauge that on some sort of a metric. I don't know, I'm still sort of figuring this stuff out right now. I'll just try and do as many pro dodges as I can, and I guess we do also want to stay on the lookout for any stat upgrades, like any chests that I might run into. All of that stuff is going to be basically the best thing, because, you know, if there's still an opportunity to increase the abilities of my character, that's going to be the way we do it. I mean, it's going to be meager, it's not going to be a serious thing, but we are going to get some stuff little by little. And I am definitely still interested in doing some of those runs about, like, trying to do retaliation rune damage and all that. That sounds really interesting to me, so I'm definitely going to test those theories out as we get further into the game. This is interesting. We've got a whole bunch of enemies, and not a whole lot of health to distribute among them, so we really have to be careful here about how we handle these situations. Going to the Maya first, probably not the best idea, since I'm still getting acclimated to what it feels like to be a dragon. Again, I'm still not necessarily going back on my assertion that this is not the best class, and I think a lot of you guys actually seem to agree with me. I've seen, I don't know if there's any sort of consensus amongst YouTube commenters ever, but I've seen a number of people sort of going in that same direction, that maybe they would generally not choose this as their first choice for a class to be. So that was a little bit disappointing. I really didn't get very far on that run. I was trying on that one, but also I guess I could be a little rusty. I haven't played Rogue Legacy in a bunch of days now. So I guess we will check. So there's no Hokage here. We're going to reroll. And if we get another dragon... no, we don't get a dragon or a Barbarian Queen. We get an Assassin, which is going to mean extra crit stuff. So maybe we should try and do something that emphasizes our crit chance now. I think we did try to experiment with this concept before. And this is going to make a real mishmash out of the titling for the episodes, I suppose. So I guess I sort of apologize for that, but at the same time, not a whole lot I can do about it. I don't really want to make episodes that are, like, less than 10 minutes long, but I also kind of don't want to, you know, waste... I don't want to make the titles all mishmashy, but at the same time, I feel like I kind of have to. So I guess we won't be able to make discrete, you know, changes from one thing to the next. So I guess we're going to roll mostly Slayer, then. I think that seems to emphasize crit damage and crit chance the most out of all of these armor bits. And I don't know what we'll do with the runes, but we'll figure something out. So we'll go complete Slayer, then, I suppose, on this one. Right? I mean, we're probably going to need some sort of mobility, though, so that is going to be a factor as well. We could try to just go all Slayer, though. I think that could work. Slayer, Slayer, Slayer. It's weird how they're all Slayer until you get to this cape, which looks like... doesn't... Well, I guess it complements it, but it just seems like it would be better served to be, you know, silver, and then the sword should have, like, a white line on it instead of the green one. So it could be pure as the driven snow, you know. So let's do... what do we want to do here? I don't know. We don't need to do anything about the Grace Rune, Curse Rune. Maybe we could do... oh, you want to do that? We could do Curse Rune, make it all super hard, and see to what degree having really high assassination skills is going to help us with fighting off enemies that are going to be this hard. Probably not going to last very long, but let's give it a try. So we'll do super hard run and dragon run, and hopefully this one will take at least another 10 minutes or so. And if not, well, I guess that is what it is. So I don't want to do, like, more than 2. So I want to give you guys a chance to also speak your part on what you want to do for the next one. And that is a thing, by the way. If you guys go through the comments and you notice somebody suggested a particularly cogent idea for a challenge run, please do go ahead and thumb that up. because I am interested in seeing what you guys think are going to be the best suggestions, as well as coming up and brainstorming with my own. So it's going to be an interesting prospect here, because I'm going to have to be looking through all of your stuff, trying to have it in my mind, and then also being able to dynamically sort of change my ideas on the fly when we get to a point where, like, I get to translate from the first run to the second run. Because, like, I don't really have a choice about how I'm going to handle what's going on in the second run. You guys don't get to see what classes I get to pick until I see them. And, yeah, that was a good suggestion, by the way. Alt F4 to get out of the character select screen would allow us that. Forden. So I guess I can probably end each episode on the character select screen. That seems like it's an okay idea. And I think this is actually a fairly viable run. And one that I might want to repeat again in the future, trying to do Assassin with super high... Oh, no. No fighting. Yeah, I should probably look at this stuff. But, you know, who cares at this point? It's probably just going to be mostly money in these anyway. And we'll just try and not take as many hits as we can possibly take. What's going on over here? There's like a torch halfway in this floor. Oh no, I guess it's just the way those lined up. I also really like, there was a suggestion, I'm not sure if it was on the last episode or the one before that, that was, like, just go in the jukebox room and just pick a song, or pick, like, any bunch of songs and rotate through them and just, like, babble about stuff for a while. I might actually do that. Kind of a weird episode, but, you know, I could do that. I think, if you guys enjoy what I am as a Let's Player, like, I think probably the one takeaway message that I have is that I can probably babble about stuff that some of you seem to find interesting. And I'm not saying that to try and sound dismissive or, like, that I'm putting myself down or anything, but, like, I think that is one of the few things that I can say that I can do with frequency and somewhat regularity. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the reason that you think I might be a decent... If I am a decent Let's Player? I don't know if I am, but, you know, a few of you guys seem to watch me on a regular basis, so, and again, I always appreciate that, of course, so please don't take it the wrong way. I'm not saying, like, what are you guys doing here? Like, you shouldn't be watching me on a piece of garbage. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, it's hard to look at yourself in an objective way like that when you don't know why necessarily people are here. I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but I have a feeling it's not for my spectacular gameplay, because, as you've seen, that certainly varies from moment to moment. You know, I have my moments, but, you know, more so than not. I think I am largely average. Anyway, enough on this little ramble, so let's continue upward, working our way through more of these various magicians of different types here. All of a sudden, I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm not liking it all that much. There's not really any great frequency of chicken legs right now, and I'm taking too much damage. I think I might have numbered days. And I guess if things are going to be this short, they're going to be this short, because I can't do a whole lot about it. So they're nice enough to give me a platform, and that is going to be me crashing into a freaking fireball at that point, a wall turret. That's disappointing. I don't want these runs to be so short, guys. What are we going to do about this? I got to figure out a better way to do... Alright, we'll do one more. We'll do the Sir Glauber the Hokage showed up, so let's do him. Let's get his thing set up, and we'll do an all-vampirism Hokage run. Somebody asked me, why do I say Hokage so strangely? I don't know that I do I? Maybe I do. Damage return. Alright, vampirism means I'm going to do, I guess, all dark equipment, because that one has vampirism, siphon, air dash. Looks pretty badass anyway, so what's the harm in that? But yeah, I got Hokage from, like, the Japanese pronunciation from watching Naruto, so I figured, you know, just keep saying what I'm saying. Oh, that's so cool looking. Love it. Alright, so let's pick all vampirism runes. I think that's what we want to do. So the game's going to get easier. Just by virtue of not having all of these curse runes on. And honestly, I didn't think the game was all that much harder. Is this really the right set of equipment? Was it not? Oh, right, the blood sword. I forgot that was actually the proper one. But this one has vampirism plus more stuff, so I mean, I kind of want to be all red, actually. Maybe that would be cool, too. You know, I want to do this right. There we go. All vampirism. What's this one also? Oh, 2 vampirism, so I could have... You know, I don't think that's cheating. I think having that makes sense. Is the other dragon set stuff? No, nope, just the cape, huh? None. I'm just double checking here. I want to make sure I have things all correct. I have all my ducks in a row. That is a red dude right there. So he's going to hopefully decimate this castle. We will see. What is my gold pickup now? 25. It's a far cry from where it was before. Oh, and I do have double jump. Wait, do I? No, I don't have double jump. I don't have anything mobility-wise. So I'm just rolling with just standard, like, vanilla performance. And I'm going to do a lot of damage, but I'm also going to take a whole lot of damage, I think. Oh, and also I have my magic and my HP reverse. So can I please, just one time, like, look at that before I jump into a run like this? It seems like that crops up at all the worst moments, and this is going to end up being a stupid short run, isn't it? This guy's got way too many bones to pick with me. And despite getting rid of all of those curse runes, this dude seems still pretty hard. So I wonder, like, what should I do about this? Like, if there's going to be this much difficulty each time I try to attempt one of these runs, maybe I should have tried to keep things relegated primarily toward the first areas of the castle and not gone this far. Holy garbage, there's a lot of projectiles. I'm not going to stand a chance. I can't even recover. I can't use the primary point of me doing this because of the stupid reversal. And GG. Can I get another Hokage? Can we start over? One without reversing MP and HP, please. What are the odds? They're not all that bad. Reroll? Oh, you're the worst. You're the worst around. Everything keeps you down. Alright, so I guess we will wrap things up on this character select screen. Your choices for the next run. Barbarian King, Sir Jacoby. The 4th, we've got Lady Teresa. The 7th, the Spelunkette with Dwarfism and Dextrocardia. Oh yeah, and you've got Farsight and Endomorph. And we've got Sir Glauber the 2nd, a Spell Sword with Electorophobia, and Dwarfism. Oh, that's chickens freak you out. Okay. So those are your 3 choices. Choose wisely. And please do submit whatever challenge runs you'd like for me to attempt. Whether or not I get to them next episode will depend on a number of factors, but I will try my best, and I will try and keep the best ideas in mind going forward, even if they're on old videos, so if I didn't get to yours, don't worry about it. I'll probably come back and check through them. Maybe I'll even copy and paste and make a little list of things I want to keep in mind as I'm trying to do these going forward. So yeah, do propose whatever you like, vote up ones that look good to you. And please, of course, leave any support you'd like to leave. I do really, really appreciate that, especially with the series being past sort of its expiry date in a way. Knowing that you guys are still watching, and if you're still liking the videos, that helps quite a bit. And if you don't know, I mean, liking a video, I don't like to beg for that kind of stuff or anything, but it does help the video reach a larger audience in that it propagates higher in search rankings. So I don't know that there are really too many other people doing challenge runs in Rogue Legacy. Maybe there are. If there are, let me know. I'm kind of curious to know who else is doing it and what their format is. But I'm not exactly going around and looking or anything. But yeah, I mean, just saying, like, leave support if you think I deserve it, if you're enjoying what's going on here, and I will try to do more rambly episodes that last a little longer than this going forward. I may just be too bad to be able to handle the game at this level of play. So maybe you got to build in some less challenging counterbalances in there, but, that'll be up to you guys how you handle it, and I will look for more stuff in the future in the comments, so I will talk to you real soon. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you stick around. Have a good night, guys. Later.